Another great boss week just dropped, although maybe a little bit too contrived. I say that because the restrictions are very unique, but also very forced. For early Bloonarius here, we're forced open and like 2/3 of the tower options gone, and some of the ones remaining have restrictions, like only Prince of Darkness, only Middle Path Druid, and 15 farms only that can be Central Market. If you can't see what they're trying to do here, Ninjakiwi wants us to use Druid farming. To check out the changes the Middle Path Druids got, and to see if it's actually good with the version that doesn't give 10,000 cash every single round. To go over it again, Jungle's Bounty now makes money at the end of each round instead of having an ability, and the amount of cash is based on the tier of the farm, not just the amount of arms. For the most part, this is a nerf, but that doesn't mean it's a completely dead or ineffective strategy now. Once you have a full map full of druids and optimal farms, then I feel like you could make a good amount. How much exactly? Well, again, we'll find out by the end. Let me go ahead and turn off the rain while I mention that this is a timed boss week, so we're going to try to speedrun Elite Bloonarius here, but that's tricky because of the limited tower selection we have. I think normally for a fast kill, you want to go something like a Tack Zone with Embrittlement plus Glue, but 2 of those 3 towers aren't there anymore, so that's really going to suck. Can't do Druid farming yet, so the early game farming is going to be very basic and simple because of those restrictions. So not even having IMF or Monkey Bank means your best option is literally just spam Marketplace for tier 1. Oh, 0.3 second penalty this round, whatever. 0.3 is definitely worth the extra mana farm I'm going to be able to grade out before going for some more defense, because we're going to be pretty poor, I feel like, with this Marketplace strategy, because I'm gonna have to sell all of this for defense to beat tier 1 ASAP, and I don't even have a boat either to get more sellback value, so that's gonna hurt even more. So I'm gonna bet right now we'll be strapped for cash for quite a long time this run, until we get full build. And now, round 19 open, because this Boomerang sub cannot hold for any round longer than this. Before Marketplace, we're not gonna stop at just 6 farms, or 7 farms, but I think 8,200 farms is what I'm looking at. Let me see if I'm able to cook here, not if all these yellows have anything to say. It's okay, we can tank them. Actually, 8 might be a little bit too aggressive, so we'll stop at 7 here. But before I upgrade to Marketplace, I think it's worth it to discount. It's gonna save us a lot of money in the long run, even though I do get my first Marketplace up later. I didn't do the math on if getting it, like, village first or getting more expensive marketplaces is worth it, but just sticking with my gut here, which says save money first, ask questions later. Yeah, I think if I went for 8,200s, I couldn't have upgraded all of them to marketplace. Even right now, it seems a little bit sus. Because without the sellback from the boat, if you get them as late as round 38, then they stop profiting, so we can't upgrade any income in the last 2 rounds before tier 1 starts. That's just a general rule of thumb. So that I can greed further, I am just gonna use the Bramble for camo. It's got 100 pierce at this upgrade, so I'm pretty sure it tanks all 33, and if I time it right, also 36, 37. Okay, I'm forced to buy Ricochet this round, sadly. I gotta use Bramble again for the camos here, so hopefully the pinks don't kill the pile. I can regain lives, but very, very, very slowly with Marketplace. Right now, that'll be a +5. Okay, cool. One more round before I upgrade. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to miss one Marketplace. It won't be worth it, this one. I don't even want to look at how much money I have. Let's sell everything and see how much we have to work with. 42,000. Yes, that's not very good, considering normally, with normal farming methods, you get 50, 60k, if not more. Now, luckily, I think that just happens to be enough money for the following. I'm buying a Moby Limb. Don't know if this is the fastest way to beat it, but it does feel like the most affordable, considering I'm so strapped for cash that what do I even do? I bought a 203 under discount bomb, so that I could pair it with, hang on, before I get more, I want to get myself an Ice Shards here, too. 320. Yeah, I can't even buy a Jungle Drums on the Elim. It's got to be a plain old nothing. Just so that I could survive the skulls of each Bloonarius, which is like 70 ceramics. I have no choice because if I want to make this fast, I gotta use the Elim ability. So that's 4.5k every ability, but at this rate, that's gonna be a over 1 minute, 2 minute kill. Looks like the Elim cooldown is what, 12 seconds or so? But you see this? Ice Shards is the GOAT. Now, let me just see if this keeps up, or if I need to buy more, because right now, I don't trust this working. Oh god. That barely held on. So 2 clusters here. Hopefully that's all. Every skull afterwards shouldn't be any harder, because Bloonarius is barely moving. So that's good. If this works, then don't spend any more. Just drop Bramble, I guess, if the Boomerang can't handle it, and it didn't. Oh crap, I messed up. The Elim was up for like 2 seconds there. I think I could have made this kill 2 seconds faster, eh? Worth redoing? Well, I'll think about it. For now, let me hope that we don't end round 42 here too quickly, because I want to be able to farm. Nice. It's not pretty, but 126 feels like the best I can do, unless there's a magic tower better than the Elim. If there is, then we'll cut to it right after. If not, we'll go jump straight into the farming tier 2. The time to start Druid farming is now, but not that much. Slowly. Just one of them, because I think it's actually very inefficient until you have, like, 5 farms in range. Right now, we should just stick to getting marketplaces until the efficiency of the Druid surpasses that of the farm. So take a careful look this round here. Like how much this will make versus how much the Jungo's Bounty will make. Let's try to get Rush 003 as soon as possible, because the higher tier gets more money than around $60 for every marketplace, by the way. Can I get it? Nice, we barely make enough money. And moment of truth, 720 with Oben's 50% income buff. So if we just, you don't even have to do math. Indeed, once we pass 5 farms, 6 farms, the Druids are well worth it. So after I just buy 023 here, let's get as many Druids as we can. Unfortunately, there is only so much that can fit here. I mean, Druids. Also, in the middle of the round, if I can't afford the Druid yet, just throw in an extra farm for, I guess, $10. Nice, 735 now from that guy. And now let's work on this guy. I really need to know, when are we going to start snowballing here? Also, I'm going to buy a Monkey Town for round 49 here. This round's cash money, so I can't miss out on the bonus income. I think I will partially, though. Come on. There we go. Got in time for the big stuff, at least. And sure, throw in a Monkey City, too, so that those Druids make an extra 15 or 20%. I forgot the exact amount, but should be much higher than 735, 780 now. Close to 900, yeah. Nice. Okay, things start getting a little bit scuffed here, though. This Druid just barely reaches all 7 farms. So I'm quickly losing space to drop good Druid spots. How about this one here? Oh, also 7, but there's no more I can add. I think I'm gonna do some trial and error here. Either we keep on building more farms, i.e. down here, to get more income, or we upgrade these existing ones to Central Market, because, yeah, not only do I get the bonus income from Central Market, but every Druid goes up by $60, 90, or over 100 if you include the buffs to Oben and the Monkey City. So maybe that's worth it. It's hard to just wing it and know what your best bet is on the first try. You know what I mean? So these ones don't reach down here, so buy range to make it 9. Nope, this was a waste of money, still 7. Alright, from this point forward up till tier 2, I tried several different strategies or build orders, and this ended up making more money. Simply get more marketplaces down and up top, up to 13 of them, which doesn't reach all Druids. Most of them are around like the 10 mark, but the ones that do cover all 13 make a whopping like $2,500 per round. Pretty crazy stuff. And then from there, we upgrade the marketplaces to Central Market. We're able to afford a cool 7 of them up until round 60. And here we go, testing how much money we have by selling everything, and $268,000. Okay, Druids are still good. This is almost equal to the amount of money you would have tier 2 using the Banana Central strategy, by the way. Not gonna lie, Ninjakiwi cooked pretty hard with the balancing on this one. Oh, also have to redo round 59 again because I need to pre-charge a homeland defense in prep for tier 2, which is strategy I think is fastest is a super brittle over here, surrounded with a shinobi grandmaster army. Just so I afford more shinobis and jutsus, use this first, then sell it, and then upgrade. I oversold the farms a little bit, so I just ended up getting a few of them back, but this should be something like a 30-second kill. If not, I'll be pretty sad about it. And hopefully we can transition into Paragon's tier 3, because normal towers without temple buffs are not going to cut it. Here we go. DPS. A cool, like, 30,000. Yeah, this is going to work within 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds is how long Homeland lasts, I believe, so that's why I say that number specifically. Yep. 143 halfway. That was about 15 seconds elapsed. So about spot on. No complaints about this tier other than no, I wish I got more. Crap. I wish I got 3 or 4 more Bloonjitsus. Do we redo this? Having this part of the kill be at half the speed is low-key kind of annoying. 210 it is. Yeah, I can cut 10 more seconds just by being more aggressive and buying Jitsus. Ugh, fine. This setup is barely bigger than last time, so I doubt I'll finish it before Homeland times out, but if we save any amount of time, I'll be happy. And Homeland times out when? Now. Yep, this is it timed out about 1 skull earlier. So wait, this is huge actually. This is 10 seconds. Almost, right? 157 kill, and timer goes away at 200, yeah. That, and we killed Bloonarius before round 61 started, so we now have an extra round of Druid income. Okay, this is the perfect run. Although we inevitably have to lose a lot of money selling this entire defense off. But we still have at least 150k left to work with. This new setup up to tier 3 is going to be a little bit different from tier 2. For one, we've cleared out some farm space in the middle just for more druids, because remember, 15 farm cap means I gotta save farms for the left side here. I'll probably end up putting more than 4 on the left side, but for now, since I need to accelerate my farming, we should use up those farm slots. 11 on the right side, but most of the druids, all the druids cannot reach 11. Most of them are about 7, 8, or 9. Let me take a peek at that end round cash though. 25k? Not too bad, considering we went down to 150k earlier. So what I want to know from the Ninjakiwi balance team is how much testing did they do with the druid to come to this balance change amount, i.e. the exact money per tier, because it really feels spot on. I legitimately see this competing almost equally to the best meta strategies, provided you bring Oben. If you don't bring Oben, this strategy is really bad. But if this is on par to stuff like Banana Central, then hell yeah, I'm doing this, cause now that it's no longer an ability, it's such an easy strategy to pull off. You don't have to collect any farms, you just wait for the end of the round. What's not to love? How much cash now after this round? A cool 32k. And with this last Druid upgrade, I am officially out of Druid spots in range of Oben. So after this, the efficiency of Druids is going to fall off. And I guess this is where, even if Druids are the best, I think ultimately, if you do Druids, you want to do a combo. Basically, maybe fill up maybe half the map with this Druid army, and then the other half, since it's less efficient, go for the efficient stuff, provided all of those are enabled during a week. Just my guess right now that that's what the meta will be geared towards. $50,000 now, sheesh. I think here's how I'm gonna game plan working on the left side of the farm now. After this round, let's make room for 5 farms on the left side. I'm literally just guessing here. I think the best formation might be a plus sign, but wow, we might have actually lost money that round buying a new army or a new farm setup. The strategy is so goofy. Now, even these druids here still make like $800 per round, so they're still actually very efficient without the open buff. They're just not hyper efficient, which would have been lovely. Ladies and gents, I think it's safe to say this is pretty damn close to full build. At this point, the only druids I can get are ones that don't even have a Monkey City buff or have like 1 farm next to them. But still, with 7 rounds to go, even just a 1 farm Jungle's Bounty is worth it to get. How much money? $100,000 per round. I really wish they give us more than 15 farms because I could use it right now. I think I even showed in the boss before this week that 0 farm Jungler's bounties are honestly worth getting, but only with, again, a lot of rounds to spare. And at this point, with the Druids being this far away, yeah, this one can't even get any farms. I think I'll just throw a village buff on it. Oh, nice. 1 village range buff gets 2 stacks. And the final income from round 74 here will give us the last of the money. No more Druids can be fit. I fit things pretty badly, I gotta admit, but it's tough to do that perfectly over a whole map. Found a couple spots here, but this is about it. Let's take a look at now how much money we're making per round. 76 is a good round to test on because it's so fast. 165, play, and round. 289, nice. 225, or sorry, 125. Paragon tier 3 is definitely in the works. I'd say Boomer Paragon, it is more expensive now, but if I get on round 79 to cool off the new ability that I got, then there'll be more than enough money. Don't know about degree 40, but definitely 20 at least. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gotten these Druids, because now that I gotta sell them for the Boomer, I technically lost money from the trade. Oh well. But okay, Boomer, because you're an insta-kill, you don't have to be in that good of a spot. Here is probably fine. Also, I'm far too poor. Degree 20 only, there's no way I can get 40. Kind of funny how at the start I was so scared about it not being able to snowball, but that ended up being really easy in the end. So much money that I really don't know what to do late game. Our next best option is probably just to pump a lot of money into a high level, yeah, probably Boomerang. I would aim for 60, tier 4 and 5. They don't allow the wizard because they cross these out. Unlucky. So sadly, we are going to be out here working with the B squad. Anyway, what shall we get on top of the Boomerang? I'm just going to get through Riddle. And then some other tier 5s. Like, say... Oh, wait, no, I can't even do Avatar Wrath. Okay, how about nothing? Save our money, perhaps? Or I'm trying to farm some pops. Say, yeah, maybe a Grandmaster Ninja. We can get some pops on it now. Otherwise, I really don't know. I feel like it's a good idea, because since these Druid spots are not going to be very efficient anyway, might as well try to farm pops any way we can. Okay, I don't want to keep waiting, so let's run it. Wait for Bloonarius to spawn before using the overcharge, so we get 10 stacks to start. And how is our damage looking? First call within 2-3 seconds. I think that's not bad. Again, you can't really expect to insta-kill, since we don't have the insta-kill towers or upgrades. I think if I did get Sub-Paragon many rounds in advance, that could have been a good idea, but I don't think that was feasible. Again, I was still busy buying Druids and all. So I'll take another 30-second tier 3, why the hell not? Throw down a Call to Arms too, just to give more damage. Oh wow, okay. Grandmaster without the debuffs or Shinobis is really bad. That was kind of a waste of trying to farm pops. Anyhow, this ended up being longer than 30 seconds because it got down to 0 stacks. Guess it didn't really matter when I used it. 37 seconds, I'll take it. I expected degree 62 to do a lot better 19 rounds from now. Definitely multiple Paragons, I reckon. There's a minor issue, but also having 109 Druid farms means there's gonna be a lot of Bramble spawning, so a lot of pop stolen come late game. So we're really going to be banking on that cash to get high degrees. So I 100% want to get a Sub-Paragon tier 4. The chunk of damage it does with a Nautic Siege Core is worth it, but it's got a long cooldown, so I got to get that Paragon first before Boomerang. But I also got to budget enough money to put Max Cash Slider in the Boomer, which would be, I think, at about 1.8 milli, give or take. I'd say just to give us enough time, end of 94 is a good time to clear some space for the sub. But just testing first off, how much is the max cash slider Boomer? Okay, good, I still have a good amount left over, 400k. Bad news with sub though, I am a little bit poor, so doing the math, I gotta put 550k to just barely get degree 40, but I gotta make a lot of money to get back to where I was with the Boomerang. Right now it's degree 40, but I need 60. But I think we can get the Boomerang as late as around 98 and still be fine, my guess. Okay, let's just do it, but optimize. So I cleared every single water spot to maximize the amount of subs I could put, to lower the amount of money I could put into the slider. I believe 389 still does it. And see, we're up $1 million after this, so that saved about 100k. I think round 98 Boomer Paragon is probably safe enough to get the ability up, but speaking of, the sub isn't even close yet. Well, I mean, a quarter left is pretty close, but with how long the cooldown it is, and the 15 seconds you gotta wait, we might only get the nuke off in the middle of the round, which I guess isn't the worst thing, but not super ideal. First off, am I off by 60 by much? You've gotta be kidding me. Okay, how about $60,000 extra slider? Oh, that was too much, but that's fine. All will be fine. Now we have to try to farm pops on Ninja, so I just went ahead and used the Grand Sab ability. See what I mean, though? The Sub-Paragon ability is just about to come up, but thankfully I think the round will take longer than 15 seconds anyway, so we'll get a nuke one way or another. I guess the only bad thing is that we don't get the Sub-Paragon attacking for 15 seconds because it's inactive while it charges up. Bruh. I think we'll be able to get 60 on this regardless. Let's go. And same old drill. Homeland. God lag this. And here we go. 15-second cooldown. Should do about 1 million damage plus radioactive damage too. Don't forget. First skull quite promising. It's honestly not much slower than tier 3, but that's the difference degree 60 makes versus a, well, 20. Go figure. And now for a massive nuke right here. Oh, nice. Gotta make sure to set this back on last. And how much damage did it do here? 1.5 million, yeah, about what I expected. Boomer Paragon down to 0 stacks, but let me refresh it. So it becomes Giga Correct again. Let's go, come on. And in the end, not too shabby. I think this will be about 45 seconds tier 4. Cool. I don't think we're on pace for a sub 5 unless somehow degree 60 Ninja shreds. I expect it to be maybe around 5 or 6. But again, I think it's pretty good for the B squad. How much did the Ninja do? Yeah, only 100k. Yikes. If tier 4 to 5 was any indication, we will make about $2 million more from now until the start of T5. So, I think that's enough money for, again, 60 Ninja and probably just 40 Bomb. Bomb sucks, so we don't have to get that high of a degree on it. They are slightly more expensive Paragons, 500 and 600 respectively, but with the amount of pops it's about to get, I think we probably will need less than 1 million cash slider on each. So that helps us a lot. Just make sure to keep spamming bomb abilities to squeeze in damage wherever possible. Gotta get the bomb 1 round in advance, but there is a little bit of an issue. If I do try to get degree 40, I don't know if I can afford Ninja. Let's just again see if the calculator calculated everything correctly, and it did, but in particular the pops here on the Ninjas, I tried. I really did, but combined, I think they're only at 1.5 million, which is pathetic. Again, the Druid Vines are too OP. Also, let's just make sure to activate the sub in advance. 7 seconds left. Imagine we can get the Druid Paragon. It would be an instant degree 60 with the amount of money and pop sets made. So 1.4 million, how much do these all sell for? Okay, who am I kidding? We can afford it. The Druids sell for a lot. The map was filled with the Druids for so long that I don't even recognize this map anymore. Anyway, again, Cash Slider tells me 1228 should get me there, and that leaves me with enough money for... is that enough for Ice Paragon? Let's see. Oh, wait, no, Paragon limit reached. Okay, I'm an idiot. Actually, idiot's too harsh. I shouldn't fault myself too much, because normally, sometimes they change the max Paragon limit, and normally we don't build this many Paragons in the first place. The other Paragons make almost 0 difference at this point, so I'm just gonna play now. So, ISAB M now. That did pretty much no damage to it. And we exploded it. We don't need the ability because we're only trying to get, or if we submerge the sub, we're only gonna have the Bomb Paragon be a little bit faster and the overcharge. But the overcharge doesn't matter because you still have to wait for it to go down to 0 stacks before you use it up again. So you don't actually get extra DPS that way. The damage is also not too shabby, if I say so myself. I forgot how far we are into tier 5, but wait a minute. This is like gonna be a 1-minute kill. This is gonna be sub 5. What is going on with these Paragons? Hello? Which one is doing the culprit of doing this much damage? Because based on how tier 4 looked, I didn't expect that we'd be doing close to 1 million DPS. Bloon Paragon's currently, I think, 11 million damage this tier. 12 on the Ninja. Okay, I guess the bomb is pretty solid when it's the most expensive Paragon on the field. And would you believe it? We actually do pull off the sub 5 minute. Let's go. I didn't think it'd be possible because I didn't think the Paragons were strong enough, but that's the power of Druid farming. I am actually genuinely shocked it did as well as it did. It legit made more money than a lot of other boss weeks with low restrictions, and that currently puts us top 5. Damn, if we just shaved off like 5-6 more seconds, we could have been top 3 for the moment, but I'll take that. Again, quick pop count check, 16, 22, 11, and 10. Pretty balanced all around. If you enjoyed that banger of a boss event, which I certainly did, and the video itself, consider entering support code ISAB in the shop if you haven't already, to support what I do and fill up my bank account more. Thanks.